right, everybody, welcome to Manic Monday, another Manic Monday. This is the Manic Monday after the March Madness first round. And today I'm going to bring out APBA. Haven't played APBA in a while. It's a very popular game. I'm kind of lukewarm on it. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I do own a couple of seasons, but it is what it is. It's APBA. So APBA's been around since what, 1950 something. So, and there's a loyal following to it. So we'll go with it. What I'm playing today is the opening day from 1986, the Boston Red Sox, Detroit Tigers. This is the game where Dwight Evans led off the season with a home run off of Jack Morris. So we'll see if we can get that to be the same for roll of 66 or something. But otherwise, we'll just play it out and see how it goes. On the mound for both teams, we have Bruce Hurst for the Red Sox, and we have Jack Morris for the Tigers. Starting lineups, Dwight Evans in right, Wade Boggs at third, Bill Buckner at first, Rice in left, Baylor DH, Gedman the catcher, Armas in center, Barrett at second, and Hoffman at short. For the Tigers, Collins the DH, Whitaker at second, Gibson in right, Parrish catching, Lemon in center, Trammell at short, Herndon in left, Evans at first, and Darnell Coles at third. Both teams' total for their defense is within the range of fielding column 2. So they're both going to be fielding column 2. I do have the game board. This is APBA Basic. I do have the Merino boards, but this game's going to be APBA Basic only. So I do have the boards off to the side, and I will be reading those off camera because I can't fit everything in there. Do have the traditional dice shaker. So we'll be shaking the dice, probably on the score sheet, and I'll be putting the pitcher and batter matchups right here so we can see what's going on. Dewey Evans is going to lead off against Jack Morris. Opening day 1986. This is definitely not a project of any kind. It's just a one-off for Manic Monday. I want to do something with APBA, and I really only have 2 seasons with APBA. I've got this season, 1986, and I've got 1978, so I just happened to pick 86. I could have picked something from 78, obviously, but chose not to. All right, so Dewey Evans is going to lead off against Jack Morris, and I got to make sure I don't forget how to play this game. Are we going to, 11, how about that? It's a 0, so Dwight Evans does have a possibility of going deep off of Morris on the very first at bat of the season. 21 is a 6, though, so it doesn't look like he's going to get the home run. Morris is a B-grade pitcher, and the 6 is a double. So Dwight Evans will not homer, but he will get a leadoff double to start things off. So runner at second with nobody out for Wade Boggs. And we'll go to the runner on second base tab. Wade Boggs, 34. 34 for Wade Boggs is a 31, and that is a fly to center. And the runner has to hold. 1 down, and that's going to send up Bill Buckner. 36. 36 is a 14, and that's traditionally a walk. However, nope, Morris doesn't have the Z, so they can't get around that. So 14, actually with runner on second, it would have been a walk either way, even with a Z. So we go to runners at first and second now after the walk to Boggs. 2 on, 1 out for Jim Rice, left fielder. 35. 35 is a 9, and Morris is a B-grade pitcher. B-grade pitcher and a 9 is a single, beats out infield hit to load the bases. So how about that? Infield hit loads the bases. And that's one an A-grade pitcher would have gotten an out. So would a C-grade pitcher, but not a B or a D. So the bases are loaded with 1 out for Don Baylor. Infield is playing for the double play. So they are going to play at normal double play depth for Don Baylor. 32 is a 26. 26 says, C, safe at first, fielder's choice, runner out at home. So since they were playing back, it's runners. No, I'm sorry. That's if they're playing in. C is if they're playing in. D is if they're playing deep. They were playing deep. So if they're playing deep, it says Runner out at second, batter out at first, double play, 4-6-3. So it's a 4-6-3 double play. And so that's why they were playing back. Had they played in, they would have gotten a force, but the Sox would still be batting. In this case, though, it's a 4-6-3 double play. Ends the inning. And we go to the bottom of the first. Boston nothing. Tigers coming to bat. And Bruce Hurst, the batter. Or the pitcher, rather. Dave Collins, DH, will lead things off. 43 is a 29, and they are fielding column 2. 29 is an out at first, pitcher to first, but an X gets a strikeout. Hurst has the X, so Collins will go down on strikes. One away for Lou Whitaker. 43, that's a 29. Same thing we just had. Just had a 29. It's another strikeout because he has the X. So 2 quick strikeouts for Bruce Hurst to start the game, and here's Kirk Gibson. 45, that's a 14. He does have a Z. 14 is a Z, but you have to have 2 Zs to stop that, so it's going to be a walk. 2-out walk to Kirk Gibson. He is aboard for Lance Parrish. 41 is a 13, and that is universally a strikeout. So the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Tigers. We go to the second, no score from Tiger Stadium. But of course, in the basic APBA, there are no ballpark effects to worry about. Simply just roll the dice and check the numbers, and don't worry about anything else. All right, Rich Gedman. 44 for Gedman. That's a double. Doubles are usually good. That's an 8. Morris is a B-grade pitcher. B-grade pitcher in an 8 is a fly out to center field. So had he been a lesser pitcher like a C or a D, that would have been a base hit. But as a B-grade pitcher, he was able to get him to fly out to center field. One down. Here's Tony Armas. 33, more doubles. That's a 0. So Armas will get a hit. See what kind of a hit. 46, that's a 6. That's another double. So second double of the game for the Red Sox as Tony Armas gets the extra base hit. Brings up Marty Barrett, second baseman. 51 is a 9. B-grade pitcher in a 9 with the runner at second. Says single over second. Runner scores. However, slow runner is out at home. Armas is slow. He is out. He is out at the plate. 8-2. So I was not playing runner safe, and it cost me on that one. That's one of those tricks regular APBA or consistent APBA players would have probably played that safe, but I didn't even think about it, and there you go. Got bit by it. So the single puts the runner on first, but Armas out at the plate, 8-2. 2 down, here's Hoffman. 45 is a 14, and that'll be another walk. And he'll put runners at first and second. So Morris living dangerously with runners on base constantly. First and second, and we're back to the top of the order for Dewey Evans. 15 is an 8. He's a B-grade pitcher, an 8. Runners at first and second, says out at first. 5-3, that's going to end the inning. And again, that's where a C or D grade pitcher would have given up a base hit, but he did not. So Morris again pitches out of trouble. Lemon helped him out by throwing a runner out at the plate. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Chet Lemon, the batter, who made that nice throw. And how many times you see that? Somebody makes a nice defensive play and they lead off the next inning. Just seems to happen. Chet Lemon, 52. 27, fielding column 2. Ground ball to third, but if the pitcher has an X, it's a strikeout. So Bruce Hurst is finding those X results and getting those strikeouts. Here's Trammell. 24, that's a 31, and that's simply a fly ball to center field. No X check to worry about there. 2 down for Larry Herndon. 22 for Herndon, and that is a 7. And that's going to be a base hit all day long. I don't care who you are, A, B, or C. That's a single for Herndon. He gets the 2-out single, and it brings up Darrell Evans, first baseman. 63 is a 32, and that's going to be a fly to right to end the inning. So nothing doing there for the Tigers. They get a single, nothing else. Go to the third, no score. One good thing about APBA Basic is the game does go by pretty fast. Whereas if you're playing the master game, or even sometimes on a Merino board, you can have to do some math. This is pretty simple. That's why it's called Basic. Who knew? 66, Boggs gets a 0, gets to roll again for a base hit. 55, that's a 2. That's a 2, and that'll be a triple, leadoff triple for Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs, a leadoff triple infield for the Tigers. Boy, do you take a chance and play in with nobody out? I think you kind of have to, because it might be one of those games. So they're going to play the infield in and just take the chance. And if they give a run, so be it. But they're going to play the infield in. Here's Buckner, 62. That's a 29. Fielding column 2, 29. Out at first, runner holds. It goes right back to the pitcher. So it's a 1-3 ground out. Morris freezes Boggs. And there's one away. Boggs is not a slow runner, so don't have to play safe. Infield still in for Jim Rice. 65, and that's a 35. And that is a 35 is a high fly out beyond third base, a pop up to the shortstop. So again, the runner cannot score. Trammell puts it away, 2 down. Infield can go back to normal. Morris again trying to pitch around trouble for Don Baylor. 12, that's a 25. 25 is a line out to third. It would have been a double play had there been less than 2 outs. But anyway, that's the third out. That's all that matters. So the leadoff triple by Boggs goes for naught. And the Sox come away empty. That could come back to bite them. We go to the bottom of the third. Darnell Coles is up. Still no score. 26. 26 for Darnell Coles is a 32, and that universally is a fly out to right field. Unless you have a K, which Hurst does not. So that's one away. Back to the top of the order for Dave Collins. 61. 61 to 29. 29, there's the X, so it is a strikeout. Would have been a ground out, but he had the X. So Collins strikes out, 2 down for Lou Whitaker. 36, 14, that'll be a base on balls. 2 out walk to Whitaker. And that will send up Kirk Gibson. 33 for Gibson, that's a 5 against a B-grade pitcher. That is a home run over the right center field fence according to the runner on first base chart. A 5 is, against a B-grade pitcher, a 5 is a home run. So how about that? Kirk Gibson, a 2-run homer. And it wasn't even off Dennis Eckersley. It was off Bruce Hurst. Tigers lead it 2-0, just like that. Just that quickly they can strike. All this with 2 outs and nobody on. But that 2-out walk was a killer. Open the floodgates. Here's Lance Parrish, 41 is a 13. He will strike out to end the inning. But damage done. 2-0 Tigers as we go to the 4th inning. Jack Morris now with the lead to protect. And I am going to use the number by on their card as far as batters faced to worry about fatigue. So Morris can face 31, so he's definitely nowhere near being tired. Gedman, 52, 27. Fielding column 2. That's a 5-3 ground out since he doesn't have an... Morris does have the X. I take it back. It is a strikeout. It would have been a ground out to third, but in this case, it's a strikeout. So there's one away for Tony Armas. First strikeout for Morris. Maybe he's energized by the run support. 16 is a 28. 28 is a ground ball short to first. You have to have a K for a strikeout. But they'll take the out. 2 down for Marty Barrett. 31. 31's a 9. He's a B-grade pitcher. That's not going to cut him off. You'd have to be an A to stop that. Since he's only a B, it will be a single. So Marty Barrett, 2 for 2. And it brings up Glenn Hoffman. Runner in first and 2 down. 41. 41 is a 24. And that would be a double play, but there are already 2 out, so it's just going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice to end the inning. So again, Jack Morris pitches out of trouble. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 2-0 Tigers. Chet Lemon, the batter. 32 for Lemon is a 26, and that's just a regular 4-3 ground out. Your guard variety 4-3 ground out, 1 away. Alan Trammell, 32 is a 26, and that's the same thing, an ordinary garden variety 4-3 ground out. No provision for an XY or anything like that. Herndon, 24, 13 struck him out. It's going to end the inning. So we go to the 5th, still 2-0 Tigers. As Jack Morris and Bruce Hurst are locked in a duel. Top of the order, Dwight Evans will lead things off. 64, that is a 22. 22 is, with fielding column 2, it's a ground out first base to the pitcher covering. If they had been fielding column 3, it would have been an error on the pitcher. But in this case, it's just a 3-1 ground out as Evans throws to Morris covering for out number 1. Brings up Boggs. He tripled his last time up. 25. He won't triple this time. He does get an 8, though. And an 8, however, against a B-grade pitcher is a fly out to center field. Out number 2 for Billy Buck. 25 is an 8 again, so we know that's a fly to center against the B-grade pitcher. So that's going to do it for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-0. And that'll bring up the other Evans, Darrell Evans. 64, and he strikes out. That's a 13, so that's a strikeout. 1 down for Darnell Coles. 44, that's an 8. But again, B-grade pitcher an 8, fly to center field. 2 down. Top of the order for David Collins, or Davy Collins. 54, that's a 32, which is a fly to right to end the inning. So a quick 5th inning for both teams, as nothing's happening. We go to the top of the 6th. Still 2-0, favor of the Tigers. Jim Rice will lead us off, followed by Baylor and Gedman. 63 is a 31. That is a fly to center field. 1 away. Baylor, 0 for 2. 54, and that's a 32. That's a fly to right. Kind of learned that 30 is a fly to left, 31 is a fly to center, and 32 is a fly to right, unless the pitcher has a K. The only thing that changes that. Here's Gedman. That's another thing that speeds the game up. You kind of memorize these results after a while. 15's an 8. We already know against a B-grade pitcher, that's a fly to center. So that's one of the knocks some people have on APBA, I guess, is you get these same results all the time. I mean, the center fielder is going to have like 12 putouts by the time the game's over, which is definitely unrealistic as far if you're keeping fielding stats. But if you're not worried about that, then it doesn't matter. But yeah, the center fielder is going to probably have about 10 putouts in this game. And usually most games, center fielder maybe have 3 or 4 tops. All right, here's Lou Whitaker. That's an 11. That's a 4. 4 is a double over to third base bag. So he went opposite field, gets a leadoff double, and that's going to bring up Kirk Gibson. Hit that big 2-run homer his last time up. Hurst has to bear down. 35 is a 40. Fielding column 2 and a 40. Fielding column 2 says fly out to right field, runner to third on the catch. But if it's a slow runner, he's out at third for a double play. Whitaker's a fast runner, so he will make it to third on the fly to right. So there's 1 away. Had that been fielding column 3, then it would have been an error on the catcher, and runners would have been safe at the corners. As it is, runners now at third. Infield is going to have to come in. Lance Parrish, he struck out twice, 0 for 2. 12 is a 25 with the infield in. That's a double play line drive, both to third base. So how about that? So they line it to third for out number 2, and then Boggs steps on the bag to complete the double play to end the inning and get Hurst out of trouble. So we go to the 7th, still 2-0 Tigers. Jack Morris, you're facing Tony Armas to start the 7th. 44 is an 8, but again, we know that's just a fly to center. So I'll total up how many putouts the center fielder has in this game. Chet Lemon's been awful busy over there. All right, here is Marty Barrett. 62, that's a 29, and a 29 on a fielding column 2 is a ground out pitcher to first, but if he has an X, it's a strikeout, and Morris has the X. So that's out number 2. Brings up Glenn Hoffman. 44 for Hoffman is an 8. That's another fly to center. Just keep track of them, folks. There you go. All right, so Hoffman ends the inning. 7th inning stretch we go. Still a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Tigers. And that sends us to Chet Lemon. 62, that's a 13, struck him out. 1 down. Alan Trammell. 16, that's a 28. 28. Ground out to short. You have to have a K to get the strikeout, so it's going to stay a ground to short. 2 down for Larry Herndon. 51 is a 14. That'll be a 2-out walk to Herndon. So he gets on base with 2 down for Darrell Evans. 33, that's a 0. Could be trouble. Could be trouble for Hurst. 35, that's a 1. It's gone. A 2-run homer. So it happened again. A 2-out walk with 2 outs and the base is empty. An innocent-looking 2-out walk leads to a 2-run homer, and it is now 4-0 Tigers. So how about that? 4-0 Tigers. Those 2-out walks have come back to bite Bruce Hurst big time. Darnell Coles, 26. 32, that's the old obligatory fly to right to end the inning. But 7 innings are in the books, and the Tigers now lead it 4-0. And that may be all for Bruce Hurst. I think he's going to be done for the day. And they will go to their bullpen for the 8th. Looks like it'll be Bob Stanley coming in to pitch in the 8th. Dwight Evans to lead it off. 53-17, that's a different number. That is a single to right field. Single to right field. Fielding column 1, that would have been a fly out, but in fielding column 2, it falls in for a base hit. So Dwight Evans, leadoff single. That's what you need. You need base runners. If you're the Red Sox, you need base runners. Here's Boggs. 66, that's a 0. Back come the Sox. 62, that's a 6. Runner on first and a 6. Double over first, runner on third scores if he's fast or there are 2 outs. So otherwise he just goes to third. Evans is not fast, so he will stop at third base. On the double by Boggs, he's doubled and tripled now. And that will bring up Billy Buckner with runners at second and third and nobody out. Neither runner is slow, so there's no need to play runner safe because they're not slow. Infield for the Tigers is back. They'll give up the run to get the out. 12 is a 25. 25 playing back, safe at first. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Playing deep, rather. I'm not first and third. I need to go to second and third. My bad. Second and third and a 25. It says double play. Line drive. Runner doubled off second. Unbelievable. That's what it says, folks. A 25, runners at second and third. A 25 says double play. They're fielding column 2. It says double play, line drive, runner doubled off second. Unbelievable. So it's going to go 4, and then so Whitaker catches the line drive, and then he flips to Trammell 4 to 6 to double off Boggs off the base, and Evans holds at third. So just like that, the rally just went away that quickly. And the only thing left is a runner at third base. Unbelievable. So runner at third with 2 down now, and here's Jim Rice. 51 is an 8, but again, against a B-grade pitcher with a runner on second. I'm sorry, runner on third. My bad. Runner on third. It's a fly out. It would have been a sacrifice fly. It flies to right because the runner was on third. Wasn't bases empty. But it doesn't matter. Had there been less than 2 outs, it would have been a sac fly, but that wasn't the case. So Red Sox line into that double play and just kills the rally. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 4-0. And that'll be it for Jack Morris as well, as we will see Mr. Guillermo Hernandez come on to finish things off for the Tigers. Right now, Bob Stanley is on. Stanley is on. We'll do the numbers on Hurst. Hurst goes 7 innings, gives up 4 runs based on the 2 2-run homers. All the runs are earned. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 strikeouts for Hurst. And let's see how many he faced. 27 batters. How many hits he gave up? 1, 2, 3. Just 4 hits. But again, 2 of those were 2-run bombs. And those 2, both batters he walked. I'm sorry, he walked 3 batters, but 2 out of the 3 ended up scoring. So those walks can really come back to get you. All right, we'll finish the numbers on Morris as well. He goes 8 innings, gives up nothing. And we'll check his walks and strikeouts. He faces 31 batters, which is right at his number of batters faced. Hits allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits he allowed, but the no runs. Walks, he walked 1, 2. I just have him for 2 walks. Strikeouts, not very many. 1, 2. That's just 2 strikeouts. That's what I got him for. So Hernandez will come on and pitch the top of the 9th for the Tigers. Stanley is on right now to pitch for the Red Sox. And he'll be facing top of the order, Dave Collins. 44. 44 is an 8. Stanley is a C-grade pitcher. That's that number of parentheses. He's a C-grade pitcher. He's a D-grade pitcher in starting, but he's a C-grade pitcher in, or is that backwards? Let me see here. Make sure I got my rules straight on how I read the cards. Let's see. I should know this by heart, shouldn't I? Well, if you haven't played the game in so long, you're not going to remember everything, are you? All right, let me see here what I've got. There's got to be something on here about... I was thinking the thing in parentheses was the relief pitching, but I could be wrong. And now it's where I'm stuck. I should know this. Well, we'll wait and see if we get a result that, well, we do. We already have a result. 44, my bad. Let's see what the differences are on a 8, depending on what kind of pitcher he is, C or D. It's a single to left either way, so it doesn't really matter whether he's a C or a D. It would still be a single to left by Collins. So the fact it was an 8 didn't matter. All right, so now runner at first, Lou Whitaker. 56, that's a 34. 34 is a pop out to the shortstop unless he has a Y. He does have the Y, so it is a strikeout. He does have that Y quality and Z quality as well. So he gets a strikeout, out number 1. It would have been a pop-up otherwise, but gets the strikeout. Kurt Gibson, 63, that's a 31, and that's a fly to center. Out number 2. 2 down for Lance Parrish. 56. 56 is a 13. Struck him out. Innings over. Nothing doing for the Tigers, but they didn't really need anything. They're already up 4-0. So we go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Red Sox, and they'll have to do it against Willie Hernandez. It'll be Don Baylor, Rich Gedman, and Tony Armas for the Red Sox. Hernandez is an X and a Z pitcher, and he's a grade B. Baylor, 35, 42. 42 is, let's see here. It's a 2-base error by the pitcher. It says first and second on error to the pitcher. So 42, did I say 42? 35 is a 42. Nope, I was looking at 41, my bad. 42 was a hit by pitch. Well, wouldn't you know, Don Baylor would have 42s on his card. So he gets plunked. I was reading 41 instead of 42. He gets plunked, and that makes perfect sense because Don Baylor is known for being hit by the pitch a lot. So he reaches for Rich Gedman. And if we were playing the Merino boards or whatever, I would pinch hit for Gedman because he's minus 11 against lefties. But in basic, you don't have to worry about that. Let Gedman swing away. He kills lefties in this game when you play basic. 14 is a 30. That's an automatic fly to left. One down. Here's Tony Armas. 55, and that's an 8. But he's in a B-grade pitcher with a runner at first. Says out at first, runner to second. So it's a 5-3 ground out, and the runner gets to second base. So Baylor will take second base. But now there are 2 outs, and it's up to Marty Barrett. 66, that's a 0, so you know it's going to be a hit. Just what kind of a hit? 42, that's a 6. He's a B-grade pitcher, runner on second. That's a double, and that will score a run. So the Red Sox get off the schneid, and they bring the run home to cut the lead to 4-1 on the RBI double by Marty Barrett. And next up is Glenn Hoffman, but they will pinch hit for Hoffman. He's not a very good hitter. So they will cruise the bench looking for somebody better. And they don't have a whole lot, to be quite honest with you. They're just not very good. Could cheat and use Dave Sachs because he's a .455 hitter. But I think playing realistically, they would go to a right-hander. So they're going to go to Ed Romero. Ed Romero will pinch hit for Hoffman. Ed Romero to pinch hit against Willie Hernandez. 51 is a 14, and that'll be a walk. That'll put runners at first and second, and now Tiger bullpen may be getting stirred up here as Willie Hernandez is having issues. Let's see who's left in the bullpen for the Tigers that's any good. They do have Bill Campbell. Bill Campbell, a righty, is loosening. But they don't want to let it get too far out because now the tying run is at the plate in the form of Dwight Evans. If he goes deep, we got a tie game. Sparky leaving Guillermo Hernandez in there, and here we go with some RJL ninth inning magic. 13, and that's a 14, so that will load the bases. Wait a minute, no, I take it back. It says Z or double Z gets 2 balls. He does have the Z, so it's just a ball 2 count. It will not be a walk. Ball 2 count, but if it happens again, it will be a walk. 43 is a 29. 29, fielding column 2, says double play, but since there's 2 outs, it's just pitcher to first, and that's going to end the ball game. So Hernandez pitches out of that mess, and that's your ball game. 4-1, the final. Red Sox over the Tigers. No save for Hernandez because he came in with a 4-run lead. He ends up facing 6 batters and giving up 1 hit. He did hit a batter and walk a batter. And he gave up the 1 run, obviously. Win goes to Morris. The loss goes to Hurst, rather. And let's see, what else do we have? We've got Stanley pitched 1 inning. Gave up a hit. 2 strikeouts, nothing else. Whoops, the hit goes here. Batters faced is 4. All right, so 5 hits by the Tigers. Only got 5 hits, whereas the Red Sox got 9. But they made those hits count with the home runs. So let's see, left on base. Red Sox, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 left on. That's what really got them, was the left on base. Plus that first inning where they didn't score with runners at second and third and 1 out. Bases loaded and 1 out, and they hit into a double play. I think that kind of set the tone right there. Tigers left on base. 1, 2, 3. I only got them for 3 left on. So there you go. There's your final score. The Detroit Tigers defeat the Boston Red Sox by the score of 4-1. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the Tigers. 1 run, 9 hits, no errors, and 9 left for the Red Sox. Jack Morris the winner, Bruce Hurst the loser. And Dwight Evans didn't hit the home run on opening day like he did in real life, but he did open up with a double, which was something. But Sox just left too many guys on base, and those 2-out walks in the 3rd and the 7th were the killers as they set up 2-run homers for Gibson and Evans, and that was all the Tigers needed. So I hope your Monday is going well, and hope you enjoyed this presentation of APBA Basic. It's a game I obviously don't play a whole lot, but for Manic Monday I'll bring it out. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.